Hello everyone! It's been a while. I missed you. This is American English File, 2nd edition, Book 3, Student Book, Part 3B. Stereotypes, or are they? Part 1, Reading and Speaking. In pairs, you and your friend. Answer the questions. Are you a talkative or a quiet person? Number 2, who is the most talkative person in your family? And who is the most talkative person you know? Number 3, do you think that generally speaking, women are more talkative than men? Number 4, what topics do men talk about more than women? And what topics do women talk about more than men? All right, as always, I need you to take your time and speak with your friend. Compare your answers. Do you agree with each other or do you disagree? Why? In which question? Let's do it. Great, that was a very good discussion. First, everyone, look at this word, stereotype. What does it mean? You can even check Google. Well, it's a noun. What does it mean? A fixed idea about a particular type of person or thing, which is often not true in reality. Let me give you an example. For example, in advertisements, women are often stereotyped as housewives. Yeah? So first, I need you to read this article and answer the questions 1 to 4. As always, this is your gig. I want to wait for you.
A few moments later.
Great, you're back. Let's read it together. Men talk just as much as women. Can it really be true? Research by psychologists at the University of Arizona has shown that the stereotype that women talk more than men may not be true. In the study, hundreds of college students were fitted with recorders, and the total number of words they used during the day was then counted. Interesting. The results, published in the New Scientist, probably a name of a magazine, showed that women speak about 16,000 words a day and men speak only slightly fewer. In fact, the 4 most talkative people in the study were all men. All right. Professor Matthias Mehl, who was in charge of the research, said that he and his colleagues had expected to find that women were more talkative. Well, it didn't happen, obviously. However, they had been skeptical of the common belief that women use 3 times as many words as men. This idea became popular after the publication of a book called The Female Brain in 2006. Whose author, Luan Brizendine claimed that a woman uses about 20,000 words per day, whereas a man uses about 7,000. There's a big difference. So Professor Mehl accepts that many people will find the results difficult to believe. However, he thinks that his research is important because the stereotype that women talk too much and men keep quiet is bad not only for women, but also for men. It says that to be a good male, it's better not to talk, that silence is golden. All right, that was interesting. I didn't know that as well. But let's answer the questions together. You can check your answers with your friends again. All right, compare your answers. Number 1. What was the stereotype that the researchers wanted to investigate? That women talk more than men. Number 2. Where was the research done? I think it was at the University of Arizona. How was the research done? Well, they fitted hundreds of students with recorders. And the last one, what did the research show? Well, that men speak only slightly fewer words a day than women. All right, you did great. But we have another stereotype to look into. Follow me. All right, now look at the title, Gossip with the Girls. All right, so I need you to do the same. Read this article. It's about a stereotype. And again, answer those 4 questions. You can do it. You did the first one, that means you can do the second one as well. Take your time. I'm gonna wait.
A few minutes later.
Well, you sure took your time. Now it's my turn. Gossip with the girls. Just pick any one of 40 subjects. Women are experts at gossiping, and they often talk about trivial things, or at least that's what men have always thought. However, according to research done by Professor Petra Boynton, a psychologist at University College London, when women talk to women, their conversations are not trivial at all and cover many more topics, up to 40, than when men talk to other men. All right, so they have more subjects, obviously. Women's conversations range from health to their houses, from politics to fashion, from movies to family, from education to relationship problems. Almost everything, in fact, except soccer. So they don't talk about football, we got that right. Men tend to talk about fewer subjects, the most popular being work, sports, jokes, cars, and women, of course. Professor Boynton interviewed over 1,000 women for her study. She also found that women move quickly from one subject to another in conversation, whereas men usually stick to one subject for longer periods of time. Professor Boynton also says that men and women talk for different reasons. In social situations, women use conversation to solve problems and reduce stress, while men talk to each other to laugh or to exchange opinions. Great! Now I need you to check your answers with your friends, as always. Now, what is the answer to number 1? What was the stereotype that researchers wanted to investigate? All right, that women often talk about trivial things. Number 2, where was the research done? At University College London. And how was the research done? A professor interviewed over 1,000 women. And what did the research show? That women's conversations are not trivial at all, that they have a wide variety of conversation topics and they move quickly from one subject to another. Great, you did it, but no time to celebrate. We've got more business. Follow me. Now, there were some highlighted words and phrases. Do you remember them? You can rewind and check them out. Now, we want to use them. We want to match them with their definitions. We do it together. I'll help you. For example, in fact, adverb, really. Number 2, it's a verb, make less, reduce. Number 3, tend to, usually do it. Number 4, slightly, it's an adverb, a little bit. Number 5, whereas, linking word used to connect or contrast two facts. Number 6, claim, verb, say that something is true. Number 7, according to, all right, as said or shown by somebody. Number 8, range from, it's a verb, includes several different things in addition to the ones mentioned. Number 9, almost, it's an adverb, nearly. And the last one, been skeptical of, doubted, didn't believe, right? Very good. Now I need you to write a sentence with each one of these words. Use them in your writing. Do it. Great. Now I need you to compare your sentences with your friends. Read your sentences together. And one more thing, which of the 2 pieces of research do you think is more credible, more surprising, and more important? Speak with your friends. share your ideas. All the way to part 2. Grammar. Articles. A or an, the and no article. First, everybody, I need you to complete 1 to 4 with a or an, the or no article, just blank. No worries, it's just a little test. Take your time, do it, then we check together. All right, now let's see what you got. Number 1. Have you heard this joke? A hamburger and a French fry walk into a coffee shop. The waitress says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve food here." Number 2. I just read an article on the internet about how eating strawberries make you look younger. All right, number 3. I'm sure there's something wrong between us because we never go out to dinner or to the movies anymore. And the last one, number 4. Did you watch the game last night? I can't believe the referee didn't see that it was a penalty. All right, good for a start. You may say, "Teacher, I don't understand. What should I do? How can I do it?" Well, wait, chill. I got your back. Follow me. I'll show you the way. Okay, you're here. I just need you to listen. Let's learn it.
2.17. 1.
I saw an old man with a dog.
2.
It's a nice house. She's a lawyer.
3.
What an awful day.
4.
I have classes 3 times a week.
Okay, so we use a or an with singular, countable nouns. Singular means 1. Countable, you can say 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. You can count. So the first time you mention a thing or a person, you can use a or an. Or when you say what something is or what somebody does. Or in exclamations with what. For example, what an awful day. And in expressions of frequency. For example, I have classes 3 times a week, right? Now we have this one. This one is the big challenge. There. Listen first.
2.18. 1.
I saw an old man with a dog. The dog was barking.
2.
My father opened the door. The children are at school.
3.
The moon goes around the earth.
4.
I'm going to the movies tonight.
5.
It's the best restaurant in town.
All right. So there. We use the when we talk about something we have already mentioned. For example, look, I saw an old man with a dog. The dog was barking. Which dog? The dog with the old man. Or number 2, when it's clear what we are referring to. You know, my father opened the door. And when there's only one of something, the moon goes around the earth, right? And another thing with places in a town, for example, movies and theater. I'm going to the movies tonight. And the last one with superlatives. It's the best restaurant in town, right? Very good, but there's more. Follow me, we're not done yet. And the last point, the blank, no article. Listen first.
2.19. 1.
Women usually talk more than men.
Love is more important than money.
2.
She's not at home today.
I get back from work at 5:30.
3.
I never have breakfast.
4.
See you next Friday.
Great. So everyone, we usually don't use an article in these four situations. The first one, when we are speaking in general with plural and uncountable nouns. Compare, I love flowers, flowers in general. I love the flowers in my garden. So it's defined, the specific flowers in my garden. Number two, with some nouns. For example, home, work, school, after, at, to, from. For example, look, she is not at home today. I get back from work at 5:30. And number three, before meals, days and months. I never have breakfast. And another one, before next or last plus a day, week, etc. See you next Friday. Easy, right? You just have to read more. When you read more, when you listen more, it's automatic. You don't need to think. Okay, I need you to study the examples that you see here, and let's practice together. Let's learn together. As always, I have two sets of exercises. Exercise A, circle the correct answers. For example, I love weddings or the weddings. No, I love weddings because it's general, right? And exercise B, complete with a or an, the or no article. Just put blank. As always, I need you to stop the video, take your time, do it yourself. Don't cheat. All right? Very good. Now, if you have done it, I need you to check your answers with your friends. Compare your answers. And as always, let's check with me. Number one, Jess is a nurse in a hospital, right? The hospital is far from her house. So it's a specific hospital now. The hospital that Jess works in. Number two, what a horrible day. We'll have to have our picnic in the car. Number three, my wife likes love stories, but I prefer war movies. Number four, we go to the theater about once a month. Number five, I'm having dinner with some friends next Friday. Number six, my boyfriend is a chef. I think he's the best cook in the world. Yeah, with superlatives, we use that. Number seven, I'm not sure if I closed the windows before I left home this morning. Number eight, in general, I like dogs, but I don't like the dogs that live next door to me. Number nine, I got to school late every day last week. And the last one, I think happiness is more important than success. Very good. Now, exercise B. We're lost. Let's stop and buy a map. No need. I'll put the address in the GPS. Number one, how often do you go to the gym? About 3 times a week, but I never go on Fridays. Number two, what time does the train leave? In 10 minutes. Can you give me a ride to the station? Number three, what a beautiful dress. Thanks, I bought it on sale last month. Number four, what's the most interesting place to visit in your town? Probably the museum. It's the oldest building in town. Number five, what should we do next weekend? Let's invite some friends for lunch. We could eat outside in the yard. Number five, what should we do next weekend? Let's invite some friends for lunch. We could eat outside in the yard. Number six, do you like dogs? Not really. I prefer cats. I think they're the best pets. Number seven, is your mom a housewife? No, she's a teacher. She's always tired when she gets home from work. Number 8. Have you ever had a problem in your relationship? Yes, but we got over the problem and we got married last year. And the last one, when's the meeting? They've changed the dates. It's next Tuesday now. All right, great. Now you understand. You got it all right. I'm proud of you. Part 3. And you can see my headphones, right? It's pronunciation, sentence, stress. Everyone, I need you to listen and repeat the sounds and words. All right, let's do it.
2.20.
Computer. About. Anniversary. Complain. Credible. Problem. Talkative. Usually. Woman.
Great. Now, everybody, listen and repeat the sentences. Then practice saying them with the sound that you just learned. Let's do it.
2.21. 1,
What are we going to have for lunch today?
2,
I'd like to see a good movie tonight.
3,
Please stop complaining about the weather.
4,
The woman in the kitchen is very talkative.
5,
There's a problem with the computer.
All right. So in order to speak natural, the American way, you have to pay attention to these little sounds. But we're not done yet. Everybody listen and underline 5 phrases where the is pronounced the, not the. And why does the pronunciation change? All right, let's check it.
2.22.
The movies.
The end.
The other day.
The world.
The sun.
The internet.
The kitchen.
The answer.
The earth.
All right, so these are the answers, right? Okay, the end, the internet, the earth, the other day, the answer. So why does the pronunciation change? Okay, look at these letters. E, I, all right, again, E, all right, O, right? Or for example, we have A. So what's common about these letters? Can you tell me? Of course, you're right. They are vowels. I, E, A, O, U. So in these situations, we say the internet, the end, instead of the. You got it right. All the way to part 4, speaking. Prove that research in gossip with the girls is wrong. Work in pairs or small groups. All right, it depends how many of you are watching my show right now. If you're a woman, try to talk for 2 minutes about soccer or football, cars, computers. If you're a man, try to talk about these subjects for 2 minutes. For example, fashion, shopping, your family. All right, let's see what happens. Let's experiment together. Well, this is your job. Let's do it. All the way to part 5, reading and listening. First, everybody, do you think it is a stereotype that women are better than men at taking care of small children? Do you know any men who stay at home and take care of their children? How do they manage? Have you ever seen this? Speak with your friends. And now, as soon as you do it, I have something else. Look at an illustration based on a new book about taking care of young children. Can you name some of the things in the picture? You can use the Google search as always, and you can discuss this with your friends. Take your time and do it.
6.5 hours later.
All right. So what are they? Let's see. A bottle of aspirin. You know aspirin, right? Wet wipes, a first aid kit, bibs, a pacifier, I believe, a baby food jar, a baby bottle, a baby spoon, a changing mat, an adult's car or house keys, a container of powdered milk, a blanket, a jar of baby lotion, a thermometer, for measuring the temperature of the baby. All right, now let's see what this is really about, shall we? Okay, we're here. Read the beginning of an article about the book. Why did Neil Sinclair write it? In what way it is different from other books about raising children? All right, the name of the book is Commando Dad. Nice name, by the way. All right, it's your turn. Read it and answer the questions.
Tomorrow.
All right, let's read it together. For 6 years, Neil Sinclair served as a commando in the army. A commando, elite soldiers. One of a group of soldiers who are trained to make quick attacks in enemy areas. He had been in a lot of dangerous situations, but nothing prepared him for the day when he brought his first baby home from the hospital. I put the car seat containing my 2-day-old son Samuel down on the floor and said to my wife, "What do we do now?" Right? When he left the army, Sinclair and his wife agreed that he would stay at home and take care of the baby while his wife went back to work. I have done a lot of crazy things, but when I put that baby down, I thought, I have a tiny baby and he is crying. What does he want? What does he need? I did not know. Yeah, so it was one of the most difficult days of my life. It was at that moment that Sinclair had an idea. I found myself thinking how much easier life would be if I had a basic training manual for my baby, like the manual you get when you join the army. I realized that somebody needed to write such a manual. And who better to write it than me? I had been a commando, but I was now a stay-at-home dad. What does it mean, a stay-at-home dad? A man who stays at home and takes care of the children while his wife goes to work. I was the man for the job. His book, Commando Dad, Basic Training, is a set of instructions that explains with military precision and diagrams how new fathers should approach the first 3 years of their child's life to become a first-rate father. All right, that seems like an interesting book. I gotta translate it someday for some of the guys here, if you know what I mean. All right, check your answers with your friends. Very good. All right, now these are the answers. First, why did he write it? Because when his first child was born, he had absolutely no idea how to take care of him. And he wanted to help other men in this situation. And in what way is it different from other books about raising children? It is written like a military training manual with very precise instruction, and it includes diagrams. All right, thank you, Mr. Neil Sinclair. I look forward to reading your book. And who knows, I may even translate it for some of the boys back home, if you know what I mean. Thank you. Now it's a different game. Everybody, listen to two men talking in the park about the book and mark the sentences true or false. You know the drill. First, you'll have some time to look at the, sentences, or some people say questions. All right, when you're ready, you can play it. Let's go.
2.23.
Excuse me, is this seat empty?
Yes, sure. Sit down. Ah, he's cute. Is he yours?
Yes, yes. Actually, he's a she. Miranda.
Oh, 3 months?
3.5. How about yours?
Steven, he's 4 months. Did you have a bad night?
Yes, Miranda was crying all night. You know, that noise gets to you. It drives me crazy.
Do you know what you need? These.
What are they? Earplugs?
Yes, earplugs. When the baby starts crying, you just put these in. You can still hear the crying, but the noise isn't so bad, and it's not so stressful.
That's a great idea. Who told you to do that?
It's all in this book I read. You should get it.
Yeah? What's it called?
It's called Commando Dad. It was written by an ex-soldier. He was a commando in the army, and it's especially for men with babies or small children. It's pretty good.
Really? So what's so good about it?
Well, it's like a military manual. It tells you exactly what to do with a baby in any situation. It makes everything easier. There's a website, too, that you can go to, commandodad.com. It has a lot of advice about taking care of babies and small kids, and I really like the forums where men can write in with their problems or their experiences.
What kind of things does it help you with?
All kinds of things. How to change diapers. He has a really good system. How to dress the baby. How to get the baby to sleep. The best way to feed the baby. How to know if the baby is sick. It's really useful. And it's pretty funny, too. I mean, he uses a kind of military language. So, for example, he calls the baby a BT, which means a baby trooper. And the baby's bedroom is base camp. And taking the baby for a walk is maneuvers. And taking the diapers to the trash is called bomb disposal.
What else does it say?
Well, it has all kinds of stuff about...
All right, great.
And what does he think about men taking care of children? Does he think we do it well?
He thinks that men are just as good as women at taking care of children in almost everything.
Almost everything?
Yeah, he says the one time when women are better than men is when the kids are sick. Women kind of understand better what to do. They have an instinct. Oh, now it's my turn. Okay, I know exactly what that cry means. It means he's hungry.
Wow. What was that book called?
Nice. A very nice book. Now I want to read it, definitely. Who knows? I may become a father someday. I look forward to it. As always, check your answers with your friends. Take your time. All right, let's check your answers. Miranda is older than Stephen. False. Number 2, Miranda's father slept badly the night before. True. Number 3, Stephen's father recommends sleeping pills. False. Stephen's father hasn't read Commando Dad. False. He likes the website because he enjoys reading about other men's experience. True. Number 6, Stephen's father really likes the book because it helps him and makes him laugh. True. Number 7, in Commando Dad, BT means baby trooper, and base camp means the kitchen. Of course, false. And the last question, the author of Commando Dad thinks that women are only better than men when the baby is small. False. All right. Now I need you to listen again and correct the wrong information. If you can already answer it, you can just answer it, or you can just skip this part. All right? But for the others, you need to listen again. Let's do it.
2.23.
Excuse me, is this seat empty?
Yes, sure. Sit down. Ah, he's cute. Is he yours?
Yes, yes. Actually, he's a she. Miranda.
Oh, 3 months?
3.5. How about yours?
Steven, he's 4 months. Did you have a bad night?
Yes, Miranda was crying all night. You know, that noise gets to you. It drives me crazy.
Do you know what you need? These.
What are they? Earplugs?
Yes, earplugs. When the baby starts crying, you just put these in. You can still hear the crying, but the noise isn't so bad, and it's not so stressful.
That's a great idea. Who told you to do that?
It's all in this book I read. You should get it.
Yeah? What's it called?
It's called Commando Dad. It was written by an ex-soldier. He was a commando in the army, and it's especially for men with babies or small children. It's pretty good.
Really? So what's so good about it?
Well, it's like a military manual. It tells you exactly what to do with a baby in any situation. It makes everything easier. There's a website, too, that you can go to, commandodad.com. It has a lot of advice about taking care of babies and small kids, and I really like the forums where men can write in with their problems or their experiences.
What kind of things does it help you with?
All kinds of things. How to change diapers. He has a really good system. How to dress the baby. How to get the baby to sleep. The best way to feed the baby. How to know if the baby is sick. It's really useful. And it's pretty funny, too. I mean, he uses a kind of military language. So, for example, he calls the baby a BT, which means a baby trooper. And the baby's bedroom is base camp. And taking the baby for a walk is maneuvers. And taking the diapers to the trash is called bomb disposal.
What else does it say?
Well, it has all kinds of stuff about...
And what does he think about men taking care of children? Does he think we do it well?
He thinks that men are just as good as women at taking care of children in almost everything.
Almost everything?
Yeah, he says the one time when women are better than men is when the kids are sick. Women kind of understand better what to do. They have an instinct. Oh, now it's my turn. Okay, I know exactly what that cry means. It means he's hungry.
Wow. What was that book called?
Okay, very good. I guess it's quite obvious, but for those who don't know, let's see. Number 1 is false because, yes, Miranda is younger. Number 3 is false because Stephen's father recommends earplugs. Number 4, of course, he has read the Commando Dad. That's why he gives advices from that book. Number 7, it's false. Why? Because baby's bedroom is base camp. And the last one, it's false because women are only better than men when the baby is sick. Very good. Now, everyone, do you think it's a good idea to have a book and a website on childcare, especially for men? Why or why not? This is for you to discuss. Part 6, speaking. A, everybody, I need you to listen to someone talking about men and women and fill in the blanks. That's your only job here. Listen and fill in the blanks. Let's go.
2.24.
Generally speaking, I think women worry more about their appearance than men. They tend to spend hours choosing what to wear, doing their hair, and putting on makeup. Women are also usually better at making themselves look more attractive. But I think that in general, men are more worried than women about their body image. They feel more insecure about their hair, for instance, especially when they're going bald.
All right, very good. So, generally speaking, they tend to. Women are also usually better at making themselves look more attractive. But I think that in general, men are more worried than women about their body image. Very good. That was just a start. Follow me. Now, I need you to read these stereotypes. Men and women, stereotypes, or true. All right? Take your time, read them. I will read them for you as well. Women worry more about their appearance than men. Women spend more time than men on social networking sites. Men talk about things. Women talk more about people. Men are more interested than women in gadgets like phones and tablets. Women are better at multitasking than men. Men find it more difficult than women to talk to their friends or family if they have a problem. Women spend more time than men talking about celebrities and their lifestyles. Men are more interested than women in power. Women are less interested in sports than men. Men worry more about their health than women. Great! Now that you have read these sentences, in small group, discuss if the statements about men and women are stereotypes or they are just true. This is your opinion. Speak with your friends. And this is the last big part of this session. Vocabulary, collocations, verbs, adjectives, plus prepositions. First, everybody, look at these statements. All right. Can you remember the missing prepositions? For example, number 1, men worry more their health than women, about their health. Or number 2, women are better at multitasking than men. Well done. And the last one, men are more interested than women in power. Very good. You've got the basics right. This was just a little test. The real challenge is up ahead. Follow me. All right. Dependent prepositions. Number 1, after verbs. Complete the preposition column with a word from the list. You can use about, at, between, for, in, of, on, to, and with. For example, look, he apologized to the police officer for driving fast. So, to and for are used. Very good. Take your time. Do it yourself. Very good. Now I need you to listen and check. Let's do it together.
2.25. Dependent prepositions after verbs. 1,
He apologized to the police officer for driving fast.
2,
We're arriving in Miami on Sunday.
3,
We're arriving at O'Hare Airport at 3:45.
4,
Who does this book belong to?
5,
I never argue with my husband about money.
6,
Could you ask the waiter for the check?
7,
Do you believe in ghosts?
8,
I can't choose between these two bags.
9,
We might go out. It depends on the weather.
10,
I dreamed about my childhood last night.
11,
Don't laugh at me. I'm doing my best.
12,
I'm really looking forward to the party.
13,
If I pay for the gas, can you pay for the parking?
14,
This music reminds me of our honeymoon in Italy.
15,
I don't spend a lot of money on clothes.
Perfect. Awesome. You did great. But that was just part A. We have some more exercises. If you need a rest, you can take a little rest. But remember, if you want to reach your goal, nothing should stop you, not even being tired. Let's go. Now it's time for prepositions after adjectives. Again, you need to fill in the blanks with about, at, for, from, in, of, on, to, and with. For example, my brother is afraid of bats. Also, scared of and frightened of, you can use. Very good. Do the rest. I need you to check your answers with your friends after you have done it. And now I need you to listen and check with me, yours truly. Let's go.
2.26. After adjectives. 1,
My brother is afraid of bats.
2,
She's really angry with her boyfriend about last night.
3,
I've never been good at sports.
4,
Eat your vegetables. They're good for you.
5,
I'm very close to my older sister.
6,
This exercise isn't very different from the last one.
7,
We're really excited about going to Brazil.
8,
I'm fed up with listening to you complaining.
9,
Krakow is famous for its main square.
10,
My sister is very interested in astrology.
11,
I'm very fond of my little nephew. He's adorable.
12,
She's very passionate about riding her bike. She does about 30 miles every weekend.
13,
I don't like people who aren't kind to animals.
14,
She used to be married to a pop star.
15,
I'm really happy with my new motorcycle.
16,
My dad was very proud of learning to ski.
17,
Why are you always rude to waiters and salespeople?
18,
Rachel is worried about losing her job.
19,
I'm tired of walking. Let's stop and rest.
Well done. You did great. Another one in the basket. Just one more thing. Gerunds, verb plus ing after prepositions. Remember that after a preposition, we use a verb in the gerund plus ing. We're really excited about going to Brazil. I'm tired of walking. Just a little tip for you. And let's go to the last part and the last exercise, finally. But one interesting point. Everybody, listen. Prepositions are usually only stressed when they are at the last word. For example, in a question. Look, we need to talk about our vacation. What are you talking about? Freddy's afraid of flying. What are you afraid of? Now, I need you to complete the questions with a preposition. All right? This is your gig. Do it. And as always, I need you to check with your friends when you're ready. When you're ready, okay, let's finish this.
2.27. 1,
When you're with friends of the same sex, what do you usually talk about?
2,
Are there any sports or games that you're good at?
3,
Is there anything you're really looking forward to?
4,
Who in your family are you closest to?
5,
What kind of movies are you interested in?
6,
Are there any animals or insects that you're afraid of?
7,
What's your town famous for?
8,
Are there any superstitions that you believe in?
Great, we did it. And that's all there is to it. Awesome. Everybody, remember, good things come to those who, what? Wait? No, I'm not waiting. I'm working for it. Work for it. You deserve it if you believe it. Now go get it. You can do it. I've got your back. And when I have your back, it means you're already a winner. Let's go.